All right. So before we start this, right, I just have to let you know, Shane, just in case I have to leave, in a minute,
You
right?
have diarrhea?
No. Oh, so it's so
Okay.
funny you bring that up, right? Because
No, not
I
like
had
this.
I ate Indian food right before we started. That's why I was a
Okay,
little bit
so
late.
so you're either gonna have to go to diarrhea or you're gonna have to go get a drink of water. Which one is
Well,
it?
I got water. That's not a problem.
Oh, okay. I
But
got water here too. It is not vodka, I
but since
promise.
I can't eat spicy food, right? I can eat it to a certain limit until I
Yeah.
have to stop. So that's when I stop. So I'm full, right? Because before, like when I was eating nonstop, I just eat until I feel like crap. I can't do that anymore with spicy food because, dude, I had to stop. My
I
mouth
think,
was burning so
I think
bad, my
that's
neck, my head. But so,
wow.
so what I did, I enjoyed. I miss Indian food so much. I
Okay,
love
I
it.
wish I could say the same, but I'm not really sure what Indian food is. I don't think.
Well, there's a lot of different types of curry, and
Oh,
they,
there is.
yeah,
There's tons of different Indian food. That's
and
what I'm
like
saying. I'm not
it's
really sure what to go. Hey, yeah, I love Indian food. I'm
it,
sure I like it, but I've never eaten it.
even though they asked like, hey, how much spicy, right? And Heather was like, well, I can't eat spicy, otherwise I'm just gonna take one dip and it's over. Like we
Yeah,
just have number one, and if I just eat
you
it
have to
by
have number
itself,
two. It sounds like.
it's gonna turn into number two. So, um, so with eating that, right? Like, no, I don't need a lot of
Wait,
carbs
wait. I'm gonna
either.
stop you. I'm gonna stop you real quick.
Okay.
I just want to add. This is a crazy question. I gotta ask. You said you eat number one, right?
Number one level spicy.
How many levels are there?
I think it's 1 to 4 or one to
Oh,
five.
oh, 1 to 5. Okay,
Yeah, this is
so
probably one to
so
five.
yeah, so one could be pretty high then. Because I mean, if there's
Right.
like 10 levels, but it depends on how hot number one is. Because
Oh,
I think if
it's
number one is really hot already, man, 10 would kill you.
so number one is not that spicy, right? So what they have, they serve it with this
Well,
kind of bread.
listen to your story. It sounds pretty hot.
Yo, they serve it with this kind of bread, right? They call it naan, Naan,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
rice. So we got rice and naan. So I like dipping the curry sauce in rice or naan, right? And I don't eat a lot
Yeah.
of carbs, and that's what the other reason why it filling me up so quick. So I ate it with that. But once I stopped, like, oh, let me just eat the curry sauce by itself, right, with the fish or the chicken. Oh my god, it was burning really bad. Just I see,
Wow.
like, good thing I ate the carbs with it. Otherwise, like, yeah, I'm not eating this.
So I mean, drinking hot sauce is out of the question.
Oh, drinking hot sauce is out of the question. Yes, I just if I had
Yeah.
to eat it again,
Man,
I'd
that'd
probably
be
eat it with
that'd
a
be like
naan.
something me and you used to do in the old days,
Drinking, yeah,
just to
can't
show off.
can't do this anymore with 40s.
Uh,
I can't even drink ketchup now.
ooh, I didn't do that. That's just too weird for me.
Well,
Hot sauce drinkable. Ketchup. Who does it?
that's enough food talk. I mean, I did take the
Yeah,
antacids
because we need
before
to go
this.
ahead and just talk. What movie are we on
We're
again?
talking Doctor Strangelove, or how I learned to stop worrying and love the bomb.
So,
I
do
think
you
that's the
love the
whole
bomb?
title.
That is the whole title.
So I think we wanted to do this a few weeks ago, right? I kind of
Yeah.
skimmed through the movie. I didn't really pay attention, so I didn't, we pushed this back. And now when I watch it, I guess fully for the first time, like this, I watched the second time, right? But when I
Yeah.
really pay attention to it, this is a great movie.
Yeah, this is a great movie, and it's a comedy.
Oh, it is. Because the first time
I
it's
mean,
like,
it's hard to tell it's a
it
comedy, but
is.
it's a comedy until
It's
you
a
get further in the
very
movie.
serious tone, but like, there's a lot of funny stuff behind it.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Like
funny stuff.
one of the lines I really love, I wrote it down is like, "Hey, why don't you get me a quarter from the Coke machine?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
private property."
yeah. No, he goes, sir. He goes, and if you're wrong,
You gotta
you're
have
gonna
to
you're gonna pay for this. And he goes, by who? And he goes,
to the
Coca.
Coca Cola
No, he goes,
company.
you're gonna have to answer for this. And he goes to who? To Coca Cola Company.
Yeah, I think, I think it was so great. I mean, like the seriously tone, like so the movie is basically just like, hey, we think we're under attack by the Russians, but we're not really sure. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna shoot first, ask questions later.
Yeah, well, basically, yeah, that's the thing though. But the movies, those all a crazy Air Force general decides
Yes.
there's something wrong with his water, so he's going to fix it by
Oh
wiping out
my
Russia.
god.
And
The
later on in the
border
movie, we find out
conversation.
that, but we also find out, and this is how absurd the movie really is, or actually, it should show you how absurd us having nuclear weapons really are. I mean,
Yes.
you need nuclear weapons to keep from another country with nuclear weapons from attacking you. So almost everybody's got to have nuclear weapons now. But the problem with the nuclear weapon is even one or two pretty much will wipe out the planet. I mean,
Right.
it'll do a lot of blasts, but it's the fallout from the weapons that will kill you. But the thing is, the United States and then Russia we have enough nuclear weapons to wipe each other out several times.
Yeah, but you only need that one time.
Well, that's the thing, though. Problem is, we got so many weapons, you're never going to get to the other ones because you already killed the guys like 30 minutes earlier. So, I mean, why do you even need that many? You know, and that's the thing about this movie is if one nuclear weapon falls on Russia in this movie, they have a doomsday device, which automatically this computer launches all the weapons, which means even if all the weapons are accidentally launched, then the United States has to launch all their weapons just to stay up ahead. But I'm like, why? Because both missiles are going to pass each other.
Yeah.
And then wipe out the world. It don't matter where you're at on this planet. If all the United States gets wiped out and all of Russia gets wiped out, it's going to take everybody with us.
It is, right? Like, because I guess the blast radius is just too hard to.
The blast radius, it's not so much blast radius, it's still going to be nuclear fallout. That's going to be a problem. Poison water, the clouds are going to form in the deal. It's going to pretty much black out the Earth. Wow. I mean, because a nuclear weapon, though, I forgot what the range of the weapon radius is. It's pretty big, but it's not like you could escape it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I know it's like 15 miles if it was to hit in New York City or something like that.
Oh. No,
it's pretty good. I had a book that told me that.
It's cool that you mentioned Fallout. You ever played that game Fallout?
Of course, I played Fallout.
Oh, so you know about the Fallout boy with the thumb, right? It looks like giving a thumbs up. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know
that's
how
my
many
charisma right there.
I don't know how many people know this, but like, it's because he's looking at the thumb. Like, if they say the mushroom cloud is outside your thumb.
Oh,
right?
they say a lot of that kind of crap.
So you heard of it, right? So I don't know. I was going to ask you.
People do all that.
Hold
People
on.
even say if you see like a fire on certain things, you making sure your thumb didn't keep on running.
Before we go on to that, so let me go ahead and finish saying what I was saying.
Like, okay.
If you see the mushroom cloud outside of your thumb, right? They say that because you're within nuclear range, like nuclear race range. You need to get out of that if you can see that. So you don't think that's true? Or it is
I'm not saying that's not true. I'm not saying that's not true. I'm just saying, I don't know. You know, that may not be true anymore.
Oh, it may not. No, it's probably true.
The way I say, stick your thumb up and just keep on running because you got problems.
It doesn't matter how far away it looks, right?
It doesn't really much fun because it's going to be in the rain.
Oh, in the rain?
Yeah, it'll be in the rain.
What do you mean?
All the nuclear stuff will be in the rain. It also depends on what they do, what they drop. I mean, if it touches the ground, you'll never be able to go back in that area. If they detonate it above the ground, then it just knocks out all your electrical equipment.
So what did you like about this movie? Like, why did you suggest this for me?
Because it's the craziest crap I've ever seen.
Oh, it's pretty crazy because, like, if they make this
it's not the craziest crap I've ever seen, but I just thought it was a good movie. I thought it was interesting. I saw it in a sci-fi book telling you about, like, some of the greatest movies.
I would say it's probably crazy for that time when it came out in the 60s.
I guess when I watched it, though, I wasn't expecting it to be a comedy.
No, so when you say Dr. Strangelove, right? Obviously, the first thing I thought was Depeche Mode. Like, what? I thought the song was written about this movie, but it's not.
Well, it could have been. I mean, we don't know what they're thinking.
Yeah, we don't. Maybe they got the inspiration.
Yeah, they're watching it and they're like, Strangelove. Yeah. Let's do it. We don't know what goes on the Depeche Mode's head.
So when I heard that name, right, I had to listen to that song. I don't know why. But it had nothing to do with, like, I just like Depeche Mode, right? But this movie, so when I was like, in the middle of it, I got really excited. It's like, well, you know what? What would I have done? Because my mindset before watching this movie was, yeah, okay, I agree, attack first, ask questions later, right? Because I don't want to have the effects of after, if they have attacked us first. I want it to be safe. I want to make sure that we can eliminate the threat before we can even see it.
Yeah.
Right? But now after watching this movie, dude, they weren't doing anything. What did they call the president or prime minister of Russia or Soviet Union?
Yeah,
Dimitri, right?
What's he called? The premier.
Yeah.
Dimitri. Yeah, Dimitri. Don't get excited. Yeah, Dimitri, calm down.
You know what's really funny though? That part I thought it was funny. It's like because he's talking to him like a little child.
Because he had to.
Yeah, he had to because he was strong. Like, no, don't go so Dimitri. Like, well, how do you think that I feel?
Yeah, exactly. But you gotta think he's also surrounded by all these crazy generals that don't trust anybody. Like that one general. Man. He's like, can he do it? Oh yeah, he could do it. Oh, if he had an airplane. But you did notice I told you about this an actor being in this movie.
Yes, who was it?
The voice of Darth Vader.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I thought you didn't listen to it.
Oh, did I miss it? I did.
He's
I
the
missed it.
bomber. He's the bomber on
Wait, is that
the
the voice of
B-52.
Darth Vader?
The guy that plays the voice of Darth Vader.
You talking about James Earl Jones?
Yes, I'm talking about James Earl
He was in
Jones.
this movie?
Yes, I told you about it because I told you the second time you watch it, look for him. Yeah, he's on the B-52. He's the bomber. He's
Oh,
the
he.
guy that operates the bomber.
Oh, I didn't recognize that. I mean,
Yeah,
I didn't realize it.
that's one of his early movies. You
You
didn't
know,
sound like Darth Vader was
I
talking
didn't
when
even
he's.
see it on. I'm looking at Wikipedia. Oh, James Earl Jones. That's Lieutenant Zorg. Oh my gosh. Oh, I totally missed that. Wow. I know Peter Sellers was in the movie.
Yeah.
Oh man. I
Yeah.
totally missed that. I can't believe it. Now I can't even picture him. I gotta look up this picture right now.
Yeah, you gotta watch it again now.
Yeah, I think I have to. But I wanna.
Yeah, that's like watching it. I was like, that's James Earl Jones right
I
there.
gotta look at. Oh man. I totally recognize this now. Now looking at the picture, oh, he looks
Yeah.
super young, obviously.
Because he was super young. That's way back.
Man,
Yeah.
because like the first time I seen James Earl Jones was like that's the Sandlot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like 92, 91, I don't think I ever seen him anything.
Oh, this is the only
before
thing
that.
I've ever seen him. I mean, I'm sure he's done a ton of movies, but I mean, I just watching it and I had the voice. I was like, I know that voice.
Oh man.
I mean, of course they
I mean, like
do some things different.
every
on
time
the
they show
voice,
the
but-
B-52 bomber, right?
Yeah.
Those scenes are pretty intense. As soon as they get that order from,
Oh, yeah.
like the wing attack plan R, once they
Yeah.
heard about that, we're like, wait, are you sure? Like,
Yeah, because
are
they
you sure?
didn't
Like,
want
yeah.
to bomb because they were
Yeah,
like, we're never
they
going
knew
to bomb
exactly
anybody.
what that order was. They're just like, are you sure? Like, should we double check? Then after when they turned their radios off, right? Whew. Because like
Yeah.
the planes doesn't know like, well, this could be fake. They know that once they get that order, right?
Well, they can
have
only
to
get a certain
follow.
communication. Yeah, they can only get a
Yes.
certain communication. Of course, we see their radio get burned out, so they can't get a recall order.
Yeah, see, once their radio get burned out, like, well, the intensity, it goes up to like
Yeah.
the code red.
But I like it when they find out. They go, "Oh, well, maybe you could just do this." Oh, we have a doomsday device. It's like,
Oh.
what? Why would you do something like that? That's
Then they
what they're
ask, yeah.
saying. Why would you do something like that? I mean,
So was that the Russian interpreter or or whoever the
oh, he's the ambassador.
ambassador, right? He's the one who
Yeah.
turned it on, right?
Turn what on?
Like at the end of the movie, right before the bomb, like the doomsday device goes off or whatever. Like, who-
No, he was taking pictures.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because they accused him of spying on stuff, and I mean, the world's about to end. He's still taking pictures
Yeah.
like he's
Okay, that's what he was
yeah.
doing. Okay.
Yeah,
'Cause I
because they
thought-
accused him of taking pictures, and he's like, "Oh, I don't take pictures." And then at the end, he's taking pictures.
And then they blew up anyway.
Yeah,
I thought that
But-
was pretty funny at the
but the
end. when
thing
they
is, the
blew
show,
up.
the whole. I like it at the beginning of the movie though. You got the credits, almost like Star Wars, where it shows the deal, but it's basically telling you that this can't happen. There's no way this could possibly happen.
Oh
Nobody-
yeah. In the beginning of the movie, they said that too. Like, hey, it's all fictional, things like
Yeah.
that. Don't
yeah. Then
freak
nothing
out.
happens. The Air Force promised you this will never accidentally
Was-
happen.
Was this time like that? I guess this time period, right? Did they think the stuff happening in movies was going to happen in real life?
No, but the problem is, it was just telling you there's no way that
This could happen.
our nuclear, some general couldn't take control of the nuclear weapons and stuff.
He actually General Whipper, right? He actually made that speech about like, which president did he point out about like presidents should not be running the military, right? It should be generals and something like that.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he said that, and I'm like, yeah, if it was we were like a dictatorship or something.
Yeah, like a dictatorship. I also wrote this down. Well, boys.
No, actually, the dictator would run the military, but
Yeah, I put this down. Well, boys, I reckon this is it. Nuclear combat toe to toe with the Ruskies. I had never heard that term before.
have you never heard of the Ruskies? There's a movie called the Ruskies.
Yeah, I had never heard that before because I came in the late '89, right? So I never heard that.
Well, yeah, but you were running from the Ruskies when you came to America. Well, I guess you can't,
this is why he
say
said
that.
war is too important to be left with the generals. Or is that something that?
Oh, somebody would have said that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that
Ripper's
makes
basically
sense.
taking command without the president's approval. That
Yeah.
war room conversation was pretty good too. When they had
Yeah.
to go over what happened, that was a good scene.
Yeah, especially when they go, so who gave him control? Well, you did, sir.
Yeah, you did. Remember you set that side like it was the other general, right? Yeah, Mandrake.
Yeah.
Like you remember when you sit this and then in case something like this happened, before you can get to it, the general is clear to give the order. I love that confusion there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really good. I
But
also like
that's also crazy, because the order gives the order, goes, hey, and we may have people, the Ruskies dressed as U.S. soldiers to come
oh
get
my
us.
gosh, when he said that, I was like, oh my god, they're gonna have a scene where they're gonna try to stop this general and it's their
Yeah,
own people,
and they do,
and
and
then
they
they
fight their own
did.
people.
That
Yeah,
scene
then
was pretty good
once
because
once he gets that machine gun, he's got a machine gun
oh
in
yeah,
his golf bag. He pulls out, just starts shooting the window, makes that English guy. He's like, hey, hold this belt.
yeah.
And of course, he goes in his room. Then he goes in his bathroom and starts
And
shaving and shoots himself.
and
in the
shoots
head.
himself like man because he was the only one with the code,
Yep, he was the only one with the code.
and he's like he wanted to carry his mission through.
But yeah, the funny thing is, it's a conspiracy, which has been a conspiracy in real life. It's a conspiracy, and I've heard it on and off
Oh really?
about fluoride being in our water,
Huh?
and they do.
Oh,
They have fluoride in our
there's
water.
like fluoride in the water.
Well,
That's like
some people have fluoride in their water
because he said he
supposed
only
to help
drink
teeth.
distilled water, and I'm like, you can't drink distilled water. That's not good for you. Did you know that?
No.
Because there's no minerals in it, and your body
Yeah.
requires the minerals, and then, like it takes it away or something. So it's not good to drink
Oh, it
distilled
saps it.
water.
Man, it could take it away. I doubt it takes it away.
But like, it's
Well,
not
it probably
good to
just
drink
helps
distilled
wash
water.
it out. Yeah, I see
Yeah.
what you're saying. It probably helps
Like
wash
this, it's really
Well,
bad. I'm
hey,
like, wow.
you gotta have distilled water for batteries and stuff. So.
Yeah, see, I did like Peter Sellers' characters was really good. I mean, is he a British actor?
I don't know. I don't know anything about.
Yeah, I
Peter
don't either.
Sellers.
But
A little more before my time.
I did like the how Mandrake was still trying to convince the president, right, to go ahead with this plan when the president's trying to stop it, and he said that I will not go down in history as the greatest mass murderer since Adolf Hitler, and then Mandrake was like, well, there won't be that much people, 10 to 20 million tops.
Yeah.
I was like, what? That's a lot of people.
Yeah, no, they always said the casualties
Like-
would be really bad.
Yeah, like on a hunch that like, well, I think this is real. I have no idea. Let's just do this first anyway. This is totally messed up, by the way.
Yeah, this is, well, the most messed up thing is that who's Dr. Strangelove?
So I wrote down he's not even introduced until like 50 minutes into the
Yeah,
movie.
the
But
very
you
end of
could
the movie.
see him in the
Yeah,
war
you
room.
see him.
He's
But
part of
he's-
that thing.
Yeah, they as an advisor, they have a Nazi.
See, that's what I was going to talk to you about because I think you told me before where like after World War II ended, right? Because obviously not everybody is as smart as some people are, and that's why they kept the Nazi scientists.
Yeah, well, both sides did it. Russia and the United States rushed into Germany to capture as many
Scientists.
German secrets as they can, which included scientists, and they gave them pardons if
Really?
they'd worked for. Yeah, otherwise they would have been hung for war crimes.
For war crimes, yeah.
Yeah. And
Huh.
I'm sure the Russians took care of that on their side after they got what they want.
There
But yeah,
was a-
Braun, yeah, the guy that helped us with their space program that flew rockets. I mean, we eventually broke away from it. He was a Nazi.
Yeah, because didn't we see another movie that talked about that? Like it was a German
Was it Braun or
scientist.
Brown? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they talk about it. They even mentioned it in Iron Man 3.
Iron Man 3, yes. Yeah, it's just
where
a
she's
lot
sitting
of.
there and talking about it. I think we saw another movie with it.
Yeah, it was probably a lot of movies that now I think about it that talks about like Nazis being the scientists that help us advance in the technology.
Certain technology, weapon technology.
No, weapon technology, obviously, but damn, like,
Or at least wanted to know what they knew.
yeah.
Well, because you want to know what they knew because maybe Russia got what the other stuff they knew.
Ooh, interesting.
Well, the thing is, they thought that the Nazis were working on an atomic bomb, but the United States was too. We didn't want the Russians to have the atomic bomb after we beat the Germans, so
that's why
we needed to know how far did they get on the atomic bomb.
So that's why the military is always like approved budget, right? Like we have to be ahead in the arms race. Well,
You always want to be
are.
hard because if you fall behind in the arms race, then I guess people just come to your country and do what they want.
Yeah. Dang.
I mean, we already know this from American history. I mean, the United States was kicked around until we got a big military.
Yes.
Every time we wanted something, Britain, France, somebody would always take stuff from us.
Or trying
I mean,
to.
come on, they did. the English and after the like 1700s, 1800s, they took stuff from us all the time. The French would take our ships, take our stuff from us.
Oh.
I mean, even little countries like what was it in the Middle East would take stuff from us in
So
the 1800s.
it's really about who's the bigger
Nobody
bully.
takes exactly. Nobody takes anything from us now, really.
Gotta have the guns, yeah.
You got to, or they take stuff from you.
The other thing,
the way the world works.
The other thing I wrote about this movie is like communication is key.
Communication is very key.
It's a very key point because like no one know what the heck is going. Nobody's on the same page. First of all,
yeah, no, it was on
everybody's
the same page
thinking like,
all.
well, the generals like Mandrake and Ripper is thinking like this is happening for real. They believe it, and the president's like, we have no hard evidence that this is happening at all. We need to call this off, and he tried his best, you know.
Yeah.
While everybody's all serious in their military general gear, and this guy's like talking to
the
a baby.
neat thing, it looks like it's going to be good. Everything's good except for one plane. And of course, the Russian president calls him.
Plane, yeah.
You're missing the plane. He's like,
what?
He's like, I can't help you. Aren't you? Goes, why don't you just send everybody there? You know where they're going. And of course, they dropped their bomb earlier.
Yes, they did. So during that scene, there was like 4 or 5 planes heading, right? And they were able to call most of them back.
Yeah, they just supposed to have destroyed 4 planes.
Yeah, 4 planes. So they did ask Russians to destroy them.
Yes, they sent. They gave them their locations and stuff. They let them go after them if they didn't turn around. So.
But then the last one is, of course, it's the one with the B-52 was the most intense.
Yeah.
I did like that music they play. I keep forgetting to look that up. What is the
march? It's called, but it's the Union.
Oh, the Union.
It's a Union song. I mean, you heard it.
Oh, I love it.
You heard it during a lot of Civil War movies.
And I heard it obviously during the 3rd Die Hard movie.
Yeah.
And Ants, I believe. The animation. I don't know what
it's called, but it's something Union.
Yeah, but that movie get me so hyped up for some reason. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I love that.
It's supposed to get you on the edge of your seat, even though all this goofiness is going on.
Oh, especially this movie.
Especially when he's had to call down in the bomb room, undo the bomb, and they keep trying to click the button, and he gets on it. Then this when the crazy part happens when he rides the bomb down to the.
Yes. Oh, you know
Slim
what?
Pickens.
Slim Pickens. So, of the list of items that they have, right? Do you know why that's important? The Bible, the however many pieces of gold.
For when they crash in Russia, they can survive and make their way out.
Oh, that's what this. I'm not familiar with that, so I have.
Okay. I don't know how real that kit is, but yeah, they use a lot of those things. Will give you something. I mean, the gold, because gold is universal. Everybody wants gold. You can't hand them American currency in Russia, or obviously you're American. Huh. I mean, I don't know what how that kit works. I don't know anything about that, and it may have been a real kit or may not. But you got to think a lot of things are tradable. A lot of people like American candy, chewing gum is very valuable to people.
Yeah, it is, right?
I mean, and cigarettes you could trade, gold you can trade,
and peanut butter.
Oh yeah, well,
I just learned that from Stranger Things, though.
Okay, well you're not going to trade. You're not going to be able to trade peanut butter to me.
But peanut butter is a good survival food to have.
Maybe, I don't know, but I know like in the old days, I do know they used to do this. Like if you see World War II movies, a lot of the pilots have bomber jackets. And on the back, they have something written in a bunch of languages. It's in case you crash in another country, and if it's a friendly country, you can't speak. Like, let's say we're fighting Japan.
Yeah.
You're liable to crash in China. That's liable to pick you up. And on the back of it, it's in Chinese or Mandarin to tell you this is an ally.
You know what? I don't know if you remember this from Pearl Harbor. Alec Baldwin was in Pearl Harbor, right?
Yeah, Alec Baldwin.
Because there was a scene where they told him, like, hey, if you crash, because they know they're going to crash in China, right? They only need to learn to say one phrase, is I am American. Even Alec Baldwin said, like, 我是美国人. And they're like, oh, they're saying that I'm American. So that way you don't get shut down when you say that. Because I never heard that before.
Well, so you get protected from the Japanese.
Yeah, you get from the Japanese.
Wow. Yeah, so yeah, they had that. They had writing on their jackets.
There's so much.
And I think they give during other wars. I think they give you cards for pilots, cards so they can read it for phrases in a certain language. That way they can. Hey, guess what? I'm from America. Please help me get back to my embassy or whatever.
Yeah, because you don't want to land in an allied country and they mistake you for.
Yeah, you don't.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because like also I always worry about like how they communicate it. So I'm gonna use this example like the World Cup. The World Cup's about to happen, right? And I'm like, these are different countries playing against each other. So if they have an argument, right? What do they speak? Like especially with the referee.
French.
See, that's what I thought. Yeah, French. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you don't want to speak in German. That just not make the other side angry. That sound very aggressive.
That was something I always wonder about, like in the World Cup, even since I was
I'm making all this up.
Oh, I know. But like, I mean, well, a lot of the European countries they speak English anyway, so they probably speak.
Yeah,
English
most of the world speaks English.
Yeah,
but French is just actually spoken quite a bit too in a lot of countries.
Because I see the World Cup and I see players argue. I'm like, how do they argue? Are they speaking a universal language?
I don't know. Yeah, well, I don't know. All I think is let's
or maybe they just argue, right? Regardless if they understand each other. They probably do.
But I'm thinking you want to speak a less aggressive language, so that cuts out a lot of languages. Thinking French, you might get okay. They'd be, he's speaking French to me.
Episode?
Sounds so sweet.
You ever seen that Simpsons episode where Lisa get lost in like the Russian part of town?
No.
And she gets lost, right? And then she's trying to go to the museum or the library or something, right? So she asks these two Russian guys playing chess. And the caption is like, "Oh, don't worry, little girl, I'll help you. If you want to go down this street and then you try and take a right, you keep going, you'll see the museum." But in Russian, it's not like, it sounds like she's yelling at the whole time, and she got scared. And the Russian guy talks to the Russian guy like, "What the heck? Why did she run away for?" I was telling her how to get you where she was asking. They were playing chess like, kind of like Thor in the movie, like, "I'll have another," right? And then he threw the glass down the ground. But it's like a compliment, right? But I'm like, dude, why are you so aggressive?
Why are you so angry?
I always wonder about that. I always thought that was very funny because sometimes Chinese people sound like that too. Like, dude, why? Like my Heather asked me like, why is your mother so angry? Like, oh, she's not. She's just asking where something was. But it's like the tone that carries it. Like,
it's the tone. Yeah. It's like she's upset. So that's the thing. Is a lot of nations they sound like they're angry, but it's like,
they do.
We're telling you how much we love you.
But like, it's such anger because we're really passionate about it.
Yeah, some people are.
Especially, well, not the prime minister, but the ambassador is like, oh, the ambassador is so funny in this movie because like he's always had that serious look, right? It looked like Stanley Kubrick.
Well, but you can see that he starts to almost try to laugh. You know when Dr. Strangelove, he's starting to grab his arm, he's grabbing. Oh my gosh! You can watch his face. The ambassador, he's trying to hold to keep from laughing.
Yeah, because like. Is that a muscle spasm? Because he keeps trying to do this.
Who knows? They probably told him just turn him loose and said, "Do what you need to do."
Yeah, just.
No, he keeps doing that mind fear.
Mind fear.
I meant Mr. President.
Like he's in a wheelchair, but then he was walking later.
Yeah, I know because he gets up. Remember,
it's a miracle.
I can walk.
I can walk. Like. What is the big deal there? Is he just saying that for sympathy? Like, so that way, I don't want to.
I don't know. Well, they're about to get wiped out, and he just all of a sudden can walk.
Yeah, all of a sudden he can walk, and he knows it's happening.
Because he knows. Everybody knows what's happening, but he comes up with
the smartest person in that room.
No, I don't think he was the smartest person. I don't think there was a smart person in that room. He comes up with a good idea. Here's the funny thing: he comes up with a good idea on how to save the population, and then they start fighting over. Who's going to get the best caves? It's like, well, we're going to get the Ruskies going to steal our caves from us. I'm like, you only got like 30 minutes to live.
I forgot about that. When he talked about the best, like 100 men and a woman, so that way they can repopulate.
Well, he goes, there's going to be 10 women for every man.
Yeah, for every man.
Of course, they're like, that would be unfortunate for us. Of course, the general's like, hey, look at this. Because, we already know the general's been probably cheating on his wife.
Because that lady? Yeah, I know, the secretary.
It's his secretary.
And
of course, the secretary knew the colonel that called really well, too.
Yes.
So apparently she gets around a little bit.
I thought it was really funny. Like, why is this lady in an underwear or a bikini or something?
Yeah. Well,
I mean, I didn't know what that attire was back in the 60s. Like, maybe it was underwear back in the day.
Hey,
I just didn't know what.
Whatever it was.
Did they do that scene just for the guys? And that time,
no, they did it to show you this general's probably not very competent. He's over there cheating on her. We don't even know he was married, but most likely he was.
I put 10 women. We put 2 women with each man right then. I put 10 women with each man.
Yeah, it's supposed to be 10. Yeah, it's supposed to be 10.
I guess I'm all for that idea. But then it probably won't be you or I that gets picked, right? It's just going to be like the smartest.
Yeah, most likely not. I'm sorry. Yeah. Most likely it's going to be people close
I'm
by.
not in that room. We didn't make the cut. You know, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
So before you seen this movie, what would you do, right? Are you the kind of person that act first and do the answers later, or like, hey, let's hold back and see where this is going first? Or you want the hard evidence before we attack another country?
Oh, I don't know. That's a good question. I'd probably hold back.
Hold back. See, before I saw this movie, right, I would attack first
Oh, really?
because thinking like I still want to be the best. Like if I'm in U.S.,
You
I
want to
still
still
wanna be
survive.
I
But
would still want to survive.
the problem is, like, let's say if there's a nuclear strike,
If
and I already know there's a
like,
nuclear strike. Yeah, there's a nuclear strike coming.
coming, yeah.
I would go ahead and verify. You know why? You got a little bit of time because
Or it takes time to travel that over, right?
yeah, it goes over the top of the planet.
Oh,
It depends
you're
on
right.
where they're at, where
So,
they're attacking from. Well, it
well,
depends on a lot of things, what time period and stuff.
see, before I didn't know because when it's coming, right? I didn't know when it was coming, but
Yeah,
they do have
it's
a ATA.
Yeah, they got a warning system.
They also have a warning system. There's probably before the point of impact, right? There might be something in the sky we could intercept it. Like there's also that time too. You know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about?
well, you want to. Yeah, there's well, you're not really going to intercept them. They go into space and stuff and they come down. But anyways, just put it this way: you want to verify it before you shoot back because it has just happened before. Radars are picked up birds and other rockets. People shoot rockets like another country shoots something into space or something. Somebody picks it up and thinks it's us shooting at them.
Oh.
Russia almost fired on us before because they had an early warning system that said they had like 10 rockets headed towards them.
What was it?
The guy decided to stop and verify it.
Oh.
Because he's like, why would you only shoot 10? Because you better shoot a lot more 10 or we're going to shoot back and we're going to wipe you out.
Oh, so the Russian.
I think it was
you
10.
The Russian.
Yeah. It was on the Russian side. This happened in the Russian.
Oh,
Russia. I'm sure
they
it's probably,
verified.
yeah, they went. This the one Russian verified.
Wow.
They wanted to shoot back. The rest of the Russians in this group were going to launch everything.
How do we get like an upgrade to that system? Like, hey, to make sure, like, hey, what is this flying up here?
I don't know if you're ever going to.
Huh. But then,
I mean, the thing is, radars will get better, but the problem is the missiles are going to get faster. So you don't have 30 minutes to shoot back. And then, so we're most likely going to make a mistake.
God.
I mean, yeah, if you could shoot it less than 30 minutes, or I mean, I don't really know the time, but it's around, you know, you got a little bit of time before.
So whoever have access to these, right? There's going to be like a high security clearance for people who could access that remote control, right? Like not everyone could just go into that room.
It's nobody can. You can't. We don't work that way.
Oh, how does it work?
It's going to take several guys.
Oh,
I don't know how it actually works anymore.
Like those movies with the secret tomb with the two keys.
Almost everything did 2 keys in the 60s. The Russians did it. They did it. I mean,
so it cannot just be one guy, and it had to be far away where you have to.
It's got to be several guys, and they each have a code book, even on the bombers.
Wow.
That's why you had several guys sitting there on that bomber 52 looking at the numbers.
That's the safety.
Yeah, that's the safety.
Okay.
You can't just get one guy go, you know what, I'm gonna
push the button effort. Yeah.
No, he's got to be with somebody else to fire it.
And they both have.
But of course, the president has to give the order.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, all that comes from the president of the United States. I mean, there may be some weapons that all the president has to do go shoot it, and it shoots without anybody. But at the sites, you got to have several people.
I'm so glad that we have at least that safety measure right there.
Well, because somebody else may have a different opinion of what's happening.
Yeah, exactly.
One guy might go crazy.
That's what happened here.
You might have one guy go
Ripper
crazy.
is crazy?
Yeah, Ripper was crazy.
But he didn't think that he was crazy.
But something like this actually happened during the Cuban Missile Crisis.
You know, we keep saying Mandrake. I think Mandrake was Peter Sellers, so I want to correct that before I go on too far. I keep calling him Mandrake.
Okay.
I forgot who the general was in the war room with the president. That guy is nuts, too.
I thought that was Mandrake. No, Mandrake. Oh, we're sorry. Mandrake's the English guy.
Yeah, Mandrake is the English guy. That's Peter Sellers.
Okay. I forgot what the other general's name was.
Wait. So, hold on. Peter Sellers plays 3 people.
Okay.
He plays the Lionel Mandrake. He plays the president. And he plays Dr. Strangelove.
No, that's pretty good.
Wow.
I didn't know he was playing that guy. I figured he was the president.
Because they were not in the same scenes together.
I didn't think he was the English guy.
Oh, I knew Peter Sellers was the Mandrake guy. But I didn't
know that. I just thought he was the president. That's the side thing. I thought he was the president of Dr. Strangelove.
Oh, so you already know he's the president of Dr. Strangelove.
Yeah, I knew that. I didn't
Oh,
know he was. I didn't know he was the
well, he
English
plays
guy.
3 people.
Oh, that's pretty talented. I wonder if
That
he
is
got paid
pretty
three
good.
times. It's pretty good if you got paid 3 times for that movie too.
No, I don't. This is a low budget, right? The only high budget is when you see the military outside. Like,
Yeah,
well, like they got that's got to be some kind of off archive footage film that they have. They're not gonna shoot that, right?
who knows?
I don't know, but like, when does this movie come out? Oh, it cost 1.8 million back then. It made 9.2 million, so this movie is successful.
When it come
Jan-
out, 1960 what?
1964, January 29th.
1964. Okay.
Is this the first black and white film that we did?
I'm gonna say yes.
Yeah, because the Time Machine was before this,
Yeah,
but that
Time
was
Machine
in color, right?
it was in color. Yeah.
Huh, I'm
I think
surprised.
this movie was made in black and white on
Yeah, it's in
purpose.
black and white on purpose because it's Stanley
Yeah,
Kubrick.
this
What, which
yeah,
we haven't mentioned, Stanley Kubrick. Did he
yeah.
write and directed this? Yep. It's
I'm sure he did.
screenplays by him and 2 other guys. Oh, it's based on a book called Red Alert.
Oh, okay.
They put it's a black comedy film that satirizes the Cold War. Yeah, this is. Yep. Yeah, obviously, when you see this movie, like, oh, this is perfect, very good.
Yeah.
How did you come across this?
Oh, I saw it in a book.
You saw it in a book,
Yeah, no book.
like a movie,
A sci-fi book. No, it was
Oh,
actually in
okay.
a sci-fi book. I don't know why it was in a sci-fi book. It's
Huh.
Strangelove, because it is kind of sci-fi in a way.
It's sci-fi because the nuclear weapons or the doomsday
Oh,
device.
who
Not
knows?
nuclear
Who knows
weapons.
if it's a Doomsday device or if it's Doctor Strangelove himself.
Doctor Strangelove.
I mean, the guy was just plain straight up nuts.
I'm
The
surprised. He's
war
kind of like.
rooms, the
kinda
war
like-
room was a little fancy for,
I guess Peter Sellers, the Eddie Murphy back in the day.
I guess.
Yeah, right?
So, yeah.
Because the first movie I ever seen one actor play several actors was Coming to America.
Oh yeah.
There were some scenes that I didn't even know was Eddie Murphy or Arsenio Hall.
Yeah, I think that there's been several movies though where they have actors play several roles in the
Oh
movie.
yeah, usually comedians, obviously. Was Peter Sellers a comedian? He's not, right?
I don't know. You're asking a lot of questions.
Because you
about
said this is a
Peter Sellers.
comedy, so I was thinking like, oh, they probably have
Oh, it is
comedic
comedy.
actors.
I'm sure he was. I mean, I don't know that much about Peter Sellers. I think he didn't he do like a James Bond?
I mean,
Fake James.
like
yeah,
a-
I think he did. I think he did do a James Bond comedy.
really?
I don't know. I could be wrong. Look it up. You got it. You got it right there in front of you.
Oh,
Type in
he was in
Royale.
We're claiming what? I'm trying to find
Casino
his,
Royale. There's an old Casino
Oh, the first
Royale.
one, right? Because you told me about that.
Yeah, I think that was him.
Let's see. Running and jumping. I'll be right back. Loaded. Only 2 can play. Selected works. I want to see his whole thing.
Yeah, I'm sure he was.
He was in the Pink Panther. He was the inspector.
Oh yeah.
Damn, how come I can't see the whole filmography of this guy? Oh, Peter Sellers and Casino Royale. Let's see. Peter Sellers.
And now maybe.
Oh,
wrong.
wow.
Was he in it?
Let's see. Casino Royale. Yeah, he was Evelyn Trimble.
Oh, okay.
There's a dude named Evelyn. Yeah, 1967, Casino Royale.
Yeah.
Woody Allen was in it.
Oh, yay.
What, David Niven plays James Bond? Back in the 60s.
Back in the 60s. It's not even really a James Bond. It was just kind of a deal.
Oh, wait. This is not a James Bond movie, right? This is called Casino Royale. Oh, it's a spy parody.
Yeah, yeah. It wasn't. It was just based loosely on the book. It wasn't an official James Bond.
Oh, they just took the title. They didn't call it 007 Casino Royale.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's just a.
I wonder how these comedies play back then.
I don't know. We should watch one.
Because because we've seen, what was that one, right?
I'm
Dr.
sure it's
No.
gonna be. I'm sure it's gonna be just like this, like what we just watched.
Yeah. Because I never
Yeah,
seen a
this was
comedy
just a
back
dark-
in.
This is a dark comedy. I'm sure I have. I just don't remember any of it. Probably
Yeah,
wasn't
you know
funny.
what? I can even place, like, what is the first parody I see? Oh, probably Naked Gun.
But you haven't seen a lot of '60s movies either.
No. I mean, this and, what is Gone with the Wind is in the 40s, right? The 50s.
Yeah, that's not.
Yeah, that's
Comedy.
older than, well,
Yeah, that's pretty old though.
the
Wizard
oldest
of Oz.
movie
You've seen
is
Wizard
probably
of
The Wizard of
Oz.
Oz is the oldest movie I see.
Yeah, 1930s.
Yeah, 30s, dang. Yeah, you know, oh, and
30s.
Sound of Music, that's in the 60s.
Yeah, 60s or 70s.
Yeah. Yeah. I haven't seen a lot of old American films, Hollywood films, I guess you would
Yeah,
just call it.
or horror movies.
Horror movies. See, like I didn't see Exorcist until I was a lot older.
And that's not even that old though. That's the problem. I mean, it's old now, but it's not like.
Obviously, like, well, I want to say because in Hong Kong, right, only actions is universal.
No, okay.
So they don't do horror movies. It doesn't translate well.
Well, I meant from the 60s, like Hammer Films.
Yeah, you're right. I have not.
That's
But like
a little
from
off.
what I've seen so far, right, this is probably my favorite '60s movie. That's only
Okay.
comparing against the Time Machine though,
Yeah, the time.
because I
Machine.
enjoy this a lot. I think Time Machine is because just the science behind it, is B crap.
Yeah. Never saw Bullet either, huh?
I have not with Steve McQueen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have not. Is that good?
Okay. Oh yeah, it's pretty good.
Isn't the
Yeah,
Italian
car
Job
chasing.
also in the '60s with Michael Caine?
The original one, yeah.
Yeah, the original one. So I do want to see those eventually. It would be like watching this movie in my 60s. Watching the Italian Job, like, oh my god, this is good. I didn't watch this in my 20s.
Yeah, well, I didn't watch this earlier. Now
I watched the Mark Wahlberg one.
Yeah, well, who hasn't? You gotta watch it with Marky Mark.
Yeah, I'm watching Marky Mark.
And then the Incredible Hulk shoots him and stuff.
Yes. Because that was the first movie I see Edward Norton plays a bad guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I
then
mean,
we find out that later on that he really was a bad guy the whole time in life.
oh,
No, I'm joking.
I was like, what? I was like, you got me. I was like, did I watch the same movie or did I not remember it correctly? Like, what? Then I remember like them modifying the Mini Coopers. Like, I don't think that works with real life.
I don't know. Maybe.
I mean, I don't know, because there's a lot of go right for the car, and like we need you to have the enough power, not just to capacity to hold the weight, right, but do these driving.
But hey, let me put it this way: they do enough stuff to make you think it works. So
yeah, that's the. So they're using the '80s logic in that movie too.
no, I wouldn't say that because they made it look like.
Oh no, yeah,
because I mean, in the '80s movie, they wouldn't even bother with it.
No, they wouldn't even bother with the schematics.
You either
like,
accept it or not. Yeah, you just accept it.
We modify it. That's it. That's all you need to know.
It is modified. You didn't even see us modify it.
Yeah,
I mean,
they wouldn't even see the actor that plays that person that they talk to.
Yeah, the car would just showed up and they would just put gold in it.
Huh.
Right off the lot.
Well, I'm glad that you found this in a magazine or book. You said
a book. It was in a book. This is a book. I had a book. It shows all these movies. Notable sci-fi. Well, they said it's supposed to be a sci-fi, but it was a sci-fi book. But it was in there, so I watched it.
No, I'm so glad I watched this too, because like without you telling me this, I would probably never come across this movie.
Well, yeah, nobody's really gonna come across this. I mean,
it makes me think how many people watch this.
Because basically, if you mention this director's name, you usually go watch something else.
Oh yeah, Stanley Kubrick.
If you want to watch something that's really crazy, you're gonna either watch Full Metal Jacket or you're gonna watch Clockwork Orange.
I was gonna say Clockwork Orange. I seen that, right? So
which is nuts.
It is nuts. So
I haven't seen it.
You know why I watched that movie? It's like one of the people that I used to work for at the law firm, right? We worked there before. It was one of her favorite movies. So I'm like, oh, let me check it out. So after I watched that movie, right, and I'm thinking like, well, the personality of this lady does not match what I saw from this movie at all.
So you need to go, I better watch my background.
And I'm like, why does she like this movie so much? Oh, this Clockwork Orange is pretty messed up.
Yeah. Plus, it's what, 2010?
Was it 2010?
2001.
Orange?
No. This I'm telling movie titles.
Oh, 2010.
Yeah.
What's 2010?
Isn't it the day we made contact or something?
Wait, hold on.
2001, Space Odyssey.
Oh, the Space Odyssey, 2001.
Yeah, and there's 2010. I thought was a sequel to it.
Is this? Right? Wait, hold on. It's 2001 Space Odyssey by Stanley Kubrick.
Yeah.
Huh. I thought it was by somebody else.
Because he did that, and everybody thinks that he did the moon landing. You know, they always say, "Oh, Stanley Kubrick did the moon landing."
Oh, that's right. That's all B crap. Yeah. Yes.
You know, it's B crap.
Oh,
like,
I do like Full Metal Jacket.
That's the craziest thing, though. People go, American people go, "Oh, we never landed on the moon," but the rest of the nations already know we landed on the moon because they can see the crap up there.
Yeah. And also, like, that's a fake thing to fake back in the day, too.
Exactly. It's like, you landed on the moon and then you decide you didn't really do it.
Oh, I seen Spartacus.
I never seen Spartacus.
I think I saw that in school.
He directed that?
Yeah, he directed that. Isn't that one with Kirk Douglas, right?
Yeah, I thought that was before Stanley Kubrick.
Yeah, Kirk Douglas. I seen that movie. That was pretty good. I remember as a little kid, that was pretty good.
Yeah, we should see that.
And I seen Doctor Strangelove. I don't think I seen 2001: A Space Odyssey.
I have never seen it.
I mean, I've seen A Clockwork Orange.
Well, you know, it's got Hal. You got the Hal, the computer.
Yes. Oh, that's right. I seen A Clockwork Orange. It's weird as F, right? But I do like the movie. It's not something I'm going to tell Heather to watch.
Oh, okay, well, that's probably a good thing.
The Shining, I seen, but it's been a while though. I think the last time I see it was on DVD, so it's been a long time. Full Metal Jacket, I freaking love. You seen Full Metal Jacket? Right?
Yes, I've actually seen Full Metal.
I love that, and
I don't remember it that much, but yeah, I've seen it.
And Eyes Wide Shut, I believe that movie came out after he died.
I never saw that one.
Yeah, that movie is creepy too.
Yeah,
it's also very good. It takes you to the underworld where like these.
Yeah, I know what it's about.
I'm like, is this what's really happening, or is it just his imagination?
I don't know. I thought, well, it was really Tom Cruise's true life, but it's like, it's like then I realized no, it's not.
Wait. So you say you never seen it?
No, I've never seen it, but I know what it's about.
But, okay, but you just think
because people made a big deal out of it. You know, when it came out, people were making such a big deal out of it. I was like, really? Mainly, I guess they make a lot of big deal out of it because it's Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman.
Yeah, in the same movie.
At the same time.
Yeah.
I'm like, is this supposed to be a sequel to Days of Thunder? And it wasn't.
It's not. Whatever happened between that timeline is really weird. It's like talking about
that's what happens when you make a lot of money at the racetrack.
You're comparing to like Ricky Bobby going straight into Ron Burgundy. Like, well, those are two different universes. No.
Oh, come on, you gotta cross the universes sometimes.
But like, I think that was the movie that he died, and then he that movie
and it released. Released later,
I remember seeing that with my sister and Cody, Eyes Wide Shut.
Okay.
I know I seen that in the theater. Even in the theater, it was like, well, where's this movie going?
Yeah, this
like when it happens to me where like when movies that I can't guess the ending, right, or similar to like, dude, I have no idea this is where we're going because I'm here for the whole ride. Like even on Doctor Strangelove, right? Like you said to me before, like, you know, in Asian cinema, we don't have to have end on a happy ending, but a lot of American movies do. So once you told me that theory, right, I start thinking about like, oh, that's why a lot of movies where the bad guy does not win at the end. Yeah. So when I got that in my logic, right, I'm thinking like, where the hell is Doctor Strangelove going to end? What is going to happen? They're going to shoot that plane down, right? Like, no, they don't. Everybody dies in this movie.
Everybody dies.
I did not see that coming.
And they still play it like it had a happy ending.
Yes. Because a song at the end, right?
Yeah, and the sad thing, there was no bad guys. Really, I mean, there's some misguided people. There's no bad guys. They're both kind of. Well, they kind of got wiped out on stupid ideas.
I would say, wouldn't General Ripper be the bad guy?
Yeah, he was kind of the bad guy, but he gets killed way in the front.
Yeah, he's not.
They should have stopped. They should have been able to solve the problem, but they weren't.
So communication is key.
Yeah, well, I guess.
Everybody should get all the facts straight. Now I agree with you. Like, we need to make sure before we make a big deal.
Especially if you have time.
Yeah, especially if you have time. Like if you don't have time, right? It's already too late.
Yeah, I mean,
do we attack then, Shane? If it's too late, should we just attack anyway?
Well, I guess, but there's a big chance it's probably gonna be a mistake.
Okay, so let me. Oh, so you say it's a mistake. Let's just say they're fine with us.
Well, I'll tell you a story because I was going to tell it earlier.
Go ahead.
And this is during the Cuban Missile Crisis. You know, the United States was trying to blockade Soviets bringing missiles to nuclear weapons and sticking them in Cuba. Right. But anyhow, they had submarines, nuclear-powered submarines with nuclear weapons on them. They could have wiped out the United States fleet, and the United States fleet was blockading. Well, to find the submarines, the United States drops depth charges. You know what that is, right?
No, explain.
They drop these charges. They're these canisters, explosives. They go down in the water and they explode, and that shake and damage anything that's in the water.
Okay.
The Russians have a different communication deal than the United States. I can't remember what it is. The United States believes I think you're supposed to drop 10 or so.
Okay.
And then if there's a submarine, they're supposed to raise or show themselves or communicate.
Oh.
But I think the Russians think you drop 3, it's communicate. If you drop more than 3, it's war.
Oh, okay.
So the United States dropped a couple of them, and I think we went too far. And the captain of the ship, it wasn't the captain of the ship. I think they had like several people because in the Russian ships, I think they have an officer that makes sure that the Soviet Union's will is carried through. Make sure the captains don't betray the Soviet Union and so forth. But anyways, they're supposed to launch. They're supposed to shoot their nuclear torpedoes at the United States and wipe them out because they thought we dropped enough death charges. We're going to go to war with them.
Whoa!
And the captain hesitated. The captain of the ship. The main guy turned his gun. The other guy told him to turn his key, or he'll shoot or kill him or whatever. And the other guy refused. He's like, I'm the captain of the ship, and he put the other guy in the brig.
So the situation you explained to me, right? It's kind of like they mirrored that in X-Men First Class.
Yeah, they did this.
They did, right?
It was similar. This is actually similar to X-Men First Class too.
Yeah, it was really intense.
And it turned out the guy realized. Yeah, the guy turned to realize the captain was right. It was a mistake.
Yeah.
But I meant everybody else in the ship, was like, "Oh, we're already at war, and you're not going to do anything." Oh. If you would have fired, though, he would have started the war.
Yeah, he would have started. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Wow.
Instead, he hesitated and basically verified there was no war.
Whoa! So this was the story that you want to say, like one guy verified it.
Yeah. This is one more time where a Russian verified it. Now, who knows how many times it's happened in the United States. Wow. We've almost been to nuclear war several times, and we just happened to. Somebody didn't pull the trigger.
Someone did the right. It's always that one person. There's only one person, right? It's like that.
So far,
it's that situation where people come across where, like, hey, can someone call the cops? And then nobody does it. Yeah. Because if they think someone's gonna do it, and then until that one person that like, oh, I'm gonna call the cops, nobody's doing anything.
Yeah, but anyways, it's like you're thinking somebody's shooting at you, and you shoot back. The problem is, you'll become the murderer.
Right, because
because the other person actually didn't shoot at you.
Dang it! I hate it when you make me grow up during these conversations.
Well, you don't have to grow up. I mean, you got plenty of toys to play with in your background.
I need to
grab your little Zelda sword right there and just start swinging around. It'll take you back to your younger self.
I have the Final Fantasy VII one too, the Buster Sword.
Yeah, you don't have to brag.
It's all made out of wood. It's not metal though.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Well, that makes you even more childlike. So there you go.
It looks so cool. So I bought it from the guy from Facebook, right? And he met me up at the Aldi supermarket. So when he bought it to me, I had to pose like clown, like I gotta hold it like this before I give you the money. Cause you know how you play Final Fantasy VII, right? With the so it's a really big sword, and he poses, right? I did the exact same thing, just like how cool it is.
Well, I'm sure I know what you're talking about because I think I've seen this pose.
Yeah,
well, I've seen poses of people with gigantic swords.
From Final Fantasy. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Even I'm holding it like, dude, I look so stupid, super nerdy right now. I know
you are
almost as stupid.
It's all right. It's all right to be a nerd.
I dressed up as the Mandalorian because I bought that helmet from Hasbro, the really nice one, and the costume you could just buy at Walmart, right? But what makes the costume works really well is because of my helmet. I walk around in the neighborhood with all of my kids, right? And people are like, oh, because I the twins, I dressed one of them as Grogu, and I dressed the other one as the Frog. Because one of the twins is always biting on the other one. So Heather's like, you know what? We should dress James as Grogu, right? Because he's always terrorizing Henry.
So what you're telling me is your helmet was so good you could have wore trash bags and everybody would have worked.
Because I'm pushing a stroller around and people in the neighborhood is like, holy crap, man, you win Halloween.
Here's all my candy.
Because the helmet is just walking around like that. It's so cool. But it was hot under there.
Oh, well. Who cares as long as you win?
I had to take my helmet off several times so that way I cannot be a Mandalorian no more.
Yeah, no, because it's not because that's the way.
I'm not the way, but I was like, dude, it's hot in here. I don't know how to do it. Because that's the way.
Well, you know how they do it? They'll holler cut and then
they take it off. Yeah,
they can take it off because he's not a Mandalorian when they holler cut.
I can see why they picked Pedro Pascal because he's taller than 6 foot, right? Like I'm not 6 feet, so like I feel like I'm kind of short for the Mandalorian, even though
Yeah.
I'm taller than the average height of America. Oh, oh boy. Okay, well, I think my stomach's been fine. I didn't have to stop abruptly at any time during this show.
Thank
I
goodness,
guess we could wrap it up. Right
if you got up to walk away, I'd have to sit there and say, what am I gonna say now?
No, I would cut
do?
the show short. You know, like just like
okay.
because like on one of the ones we shot, you had technical difficulties right at the
Yeah,
end.
that was last week.
And yeah, well, last week
depends on when it airs.
Yeah, when it airs. So.
It doesn't matter because we're all confused now. Thanks a lot. But it's live TV. It's not really aired the right time you see it.
Well, it's back on Mondays at 7 a.m. every week. Well, we missed several, and that's why we shot extra, so that way.
Yeah, because somebody had diarrhea then, and that wasn't me.
Oh, I had stomach flu one time. I was sick, man. It sucks.
Yeah, that's
the children just buckets of disease.
Yeah, sure, whatever. Blame it on your kids.
Oh, it is. I'm always the first one to catch it. Like, why can't I catch this on a Monday? They always have to come home sick on a Thursday or a Friday.
Yeah, whatever. Keep blaming it on your kids.
I'm gonna keep blaming it on my kids. Otherwise, I'm healthy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, okay, so I'll talk to you next week, and I'm just gonna end this one right here. Thank you for tuning in for this episode of Tensai Reviews. If you like what you heard, give us a thumbs up. Follow us on Spotify and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll see you on the next one.